Hello everyone, and welcome to Journey with the Kellers, or should I say the Keller Kitchen today. So my name is Amanda Keller, and today we're gonna kind of do a little bit something different again. So a long time ago, I used to be a cook. No, not a professional cook. I wasn't a chef. I hadn't been to schooling or anything else. But I used to work at a restaurant, and the professional chef there did teach me a lot of things about cooking. And then also my mom taught me a lot too, who is a really good cook herself. I enjoyed cooking a lot, but I enjoyed baking a whole lot better. And unfortunately, as time went on and I had kids and got married and had kids and did all that stuff, instead of cooking these really nice dinners, which were basically, a dinner, I ended up doing the quick and easy way of doing maybe the 20 to 30 minute meals where you throw stuff in a pan and either stick it in the oven or the microwave or cook it on the stove real fast. So I haven't really done a whole lot of what you would call cooking. Even my baking has come from boxes. I haven't made something from scratch in quite some time. So I am really getting tired of all of the same foods, and I think a lot of the family is getting tired of all of the same foods. So I decided actually that I wanted to start trying some new things. Now, mainly this will probably be on the weekends if it's a big elaborate dinner, because that's my time off and time I have to do it. So I started looking for cookbooks, and of course, what did I find but a Disney cookbook? Look at that. So it wasn't just a Disney cookbook I found several that I want to try out. Some that are themed cookbooks like this. There's a Harry Potter one and a few other ones. And then some that are just really old cookbooks from like the 17 to 1800s and the Depression era and all of that. So I figured with all of these cookbooks, I should be able to find something new. So today we are actually going to make Walt's chili and beans. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? So we're having this for dinner tonight. So I went ahead and got most of my stuff prepped for it so that this would hopefully go a little bit quicker, but we'll see how it goes. And so some of our ingredients that we need, of course, is some tomatoes, some green onions, some regular onions, some garlic, a little bit of olive oil, some canned tomatoes, some tomato paste, pinto beans, and then of course your ground beef and your stew meat. And things like that. So let's get started. So the first step that we have to do is heat 2 tablespoons of oil in a Dutch oven, which I've already started. It says to heat the oil for about 5 minutes and then add the stew meat to saute. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back and show you our stew meat all ready to go. Okay, so once you have your stew meat browned, you take it out of the pan and put it in a bowl or whatever. Looks nice and brown. Yum. Okay, so then the next step is you're going to add your onions and your peppers to 2 more tablespoons of heated oil in your pan. Get a nice little sizzle here. And just so you all know, I am very messy in the kitchen, so just ignore my mess as it falls to the floor. Now, I am making a double batch of this as well, because we like to have leftovers for lunch and stuff the next day. And so I'll make a double batch of this instead of just a regular batch. So we get our nice onions and our peppers in there, and then you're supposed to saute those for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, so we'll get those sauteed up, and then we'll be back. Okay, now once you've gotten your green peppers and your onions nice and soft from sauteing them, then you're going to add some garlic. Now, you take some garlic bulbs here. You have to make sure you peel them and get all the shells off and stuff. So it's just this nice little bulb. And I have a garlic press here. Now, you can also just chop these up real fine with a knife if you want. You can smash them with a knife. There's different ways to do this. I'm just using a garlic press. You just stick it in there and close this up. And out comes the garlic on the other side. And then once you get this garlic added in, you just let it saute for about another minute. And then after you get that done, then we're going to add our ground beef. Lots of garlic since this is a double batch. All right. And you're going to make sure you got all the garlic off of there and stir this up real good. We're just going to put that in there for a little bit. get it all nice and fragrant. You're supposed to be able to kind of smell the garlic. That's when you know it's cooking and it's ready to add more stuff to it. Okay. Already smelling it. It's coming. Okay. All right, so now we've got that in there. And we're just gonna add some ground beef and just put this in and brown it on up. Okay. Now, once you get that brown, then we'll be adding a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'll see you back here in a few minutes as soon as I get this all browned up. Okay, you guys, so once you have gotten the meat all browned up, you want to drain off all of the excess fat. Now, of course, I hit the wrong button, so I didn't record what I did after that, so now I'm just going to tell you about it. So after you drain off all the excess fat, you're going to want to add your stew meat back in, and then once your stew meat is added in, you're going to add in some ground cumin, some chili powder, some onion powder, and some cayenne pepper, and then some tomato paste, and a can of the big can of diced tomatoes. And then you're also going to add in a little bit of beef base or beef stock, if you want to call it that, and then some water into it. Once you've done all that, you get this big pan full of chili, which this is almost to the top of my chili pan, if you can see that. So you're just going to get this big pan of chili. You're going to bring this to a simmer. And then once it's simmering, you're going to go ahead and cover it up and let it simmer for about 3 hours. And then once that's all done, we'll come back and add our final ingredient, which is pinto beans. And then this will almost be ready to eat. So we'll see you in about 3 hours. Okay, everyone, so it's been about 3 hours, and we're gonna go ahead and open this up and give it a good stir. Now it says to make sure that the stew bits are nice and tender, and they do feel nice and tender, which is fantastic. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna add some pinto beans. Usually use a can of pinto beans, and you wanna drain them and rinse them before you add them in. So I did that before, and I've just put them in this little bowl. So you're gonna add those in. And then you're going to let that cook for about 10 more minutes. Let me see, does it say to cover it? Nope, it doesn't say to cover it. So you're gonna let that cook for about 10 more minutes so that the pinto beans can get warmed up. And this will be all ready, and it looks really good, you guys. Look at this, that looks so awesome. Full of stuff. Okay, so while that's cooking, I just thought I'd let you guys know too. So in this book, this is actually something that is served in Disneyland. So it says that it's Walt Disney's favorite meal, and that the original Disney version of the recipe appeared seasonally through the years at restaurants such as Plaza Inn and River Belle Terrace. So this is at Disneyland. Over time, the ingredients evolved too, with past versions including dried thyme and paprika. It says this is the current version and mainstay at Carnation Cafe on Main Street, USA. So they serve this there, the Carnation Cafe on Main Street, USA in Disneyland. And so it looks really good. Now, while this is cooking up, I'm gonna go ahead and chop up some more tomato. And when you serve it, you can have it with tomatoes, sour cream, and some shredded cheddar cheese. So I'll get that all ready to go, and then we'll just do a little taste test. Can't wait. Okay, you guys, our 10 minutes is up, and our pinto beans should be all nice and warm. And I've gotten me a nice little bowl of chili here. Can you all see that? Look at that. That looks awesome. And today it's only in the 40s out, actually getting down into the 30s. Perfect time for a nice warm bowl of chili. So like I said, I'm gonna add a little bit of cheddar cheese here on top. And some tomatoes. Yeah. Tomatoes on there. And of course some dollop of sour cream. And then I also have oyster crackers over here, if anybody wants them in there. So we're just gonna give this a little try and see how we like it. Now, just so you know, I'm not always big on chili. It has to be a really good chili in order for me to like it. Very hot.
Well, yeah, I've seen a few of those, but I mean, it's not
Mm. That's pretty darn good chili. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. So, a pretty good recipe from the official Disney Parks cookbook. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys get your own cooking done and have fun doing it. See you later.